Hello everyone and welcome to the Biography Shorts. I am your narrator, Frank Avella. Here we will be covering the short biography of the famous Viking warrior, Erik the Red. We will be covering several different topics, so let's begin with the first section, which is our introduction. We'll get right to it. First off, most information on Erik the Red is from Icelandic sagas. The Saga of Erik the Red was composed before 1265 in northern Iceland. It is also called the Saga of the Greenlanders, and Erik the Red is mostly known for his founding of Greenland. Here is where you can find Greenland on a map of North America. Legend has it that Erik got his nickname, the Red, from his hair color and from his temper. Erik has always had that red beard that he grew out for years. There have been several various depictions of him throughout the years. He was also the father of another famous Viking warrior and explorer, Leif Eriksson. Erik is perhaps the most famous Viking explorer of all time. Although he founded Greenland with his settlements, he actually wasn't the first person to discover Greenland, as another ship got there before him. Now, let's explore his early life. Erik the Red was born Erik Thorvaldsson. He was the son of one Thorvald Eriksson, who was also a very successful Viking explorer. Erik the Red was always a follower of the Norse paganism. Norse paganism was the dominant branch of Germanic religion before it was replaced with Christianity. Erik was born in Norway, but had eventually settled into Iceland. Erik's father had to leave Norway, and he brought his son with him to Iceland. He was banished from Norway to Iceland for committing murder. Like father, like son, Erik the Red then gets banished from Iceland for committing murder as well. Erik the Red was banned for actually committing multiple murders and a manslaughter that occurred as a result of a fight over. The next section up is family life. Erik the Red did get married to a lovely woman named Jodchild. Not much is actually documented about their marriage. She did bear Erik 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. All 3 of his sons were explorers, with Leif Eriksson being the most recognizable of them all. Upon marriage, Erik the Red built a farmhouse in Hawksdale. This ended in bloodshed when Erik killed his neighbor in retaliation for killing one of his slaves. One of Erik's sons, Thorvald, died while exploration in North America. His brother left Greenland and sailed to North America to retrieve the body. However, he was unsuccessful and had to return without any remains. Continuing, we come upon his exploits in Greenland. Erik the Red was the first European settler of Greenland. Erik wasn't the first to find Greenland, but he was the first to colonize it, thus founding Greenland. He first explored Greenland during his exile for murder. Then he wanted to colonize it, so he had to convince poor Icelandic Vikings to settle into Greenland. He sold them on the idea that they would be much more prosperous. 25 ships of settlers set sail for Greenland. However, only 14 had made it. 11 of the ships were lost at sea, and no one knows what happened to them. In Greenland, Erik the Red had his Icelanders create 2 colonies, the Eastern Settlement and the Western Settlement. The next section up is the settlements in Greenland. Erik was titled Paramount Chieftain. Remember, he was the one that actually sold everyone on coming to the Greenland settlement. Erik the Red became very wealthy and respected while living on the settlement. As time went by, Erik's colony began to grow and successfully hunt. The men became very skilled at hunting and fishing, and improved as time went on. News of Greenland's success quickly spread, and subsequently, groups of immigrants began to arrive. More immigrants arriving was good news at first for Erik and his colony. However, the immigrants brought an epidemic with them. This killed many citizens. The next section will actually focus on Leif Eriksson, the son of Erik the Red. Leif actually discovered, quote, America before Christopher Columbus did. He was the first to land on that part of the continent, excluding Greenland. His successful voyage encouraged others to explore the New World. Leif also took up Christianity and spread it to Norway. His father, Erik the Red, was a follower of Norse paganism. Leif had established the Norse settlement at Vinland, which would presently belong to Canada. President Lyndon B. Johnson declared October 9th as Leif Eriksson Day. There are actually several different ways to spell Leif Eriksson's name. We now move on to the last section, which is the fun facts. First off, Erik the Red actually gave Greenland its name. Although it's mostly ice, he had to sell it as green and beautiful to get people to colonize there with him. The story is that Erik died from falling off of his horse. It says that he did not immediately die from the fall, but he died later as a result of injuries from the fall. In fact, he most likely died from catching a disease or infection. The Greenland colony actually lasted for over 500 years, which is quite a long time, and a tribute to the success of Erik and his colony. As of today, there are only 56,000 people that live on Greenland. So, that was basically everything you ever needed to know about Erik the Red. Be sure to check out the next biography short on Susan B. Anthony. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the bell on the subscribe icon to get notifications, please like and share this video, and most importantly, check the description links for resources for teachers as well.